Today, I would like to talk with you about the iPhone 16 Pro. Is this camera the best camera for on-the-go filmmaking, especially as a behind-the-scenes camera for you as a filmmaker? And spoiler alert, I am very skeptical about it, but more on that later. Let's get started. Hi, in case you're new here, my name is Ben. I'm a filmmaker and founder of 24 Stills, a video production company that was founded in Vienna, now expanded to New York, and is specialized into corporate filmmaking like brand documentaries, image spots for brands and companies in Europe as well as now in the United States. And on this channel, I want to share with you my journey as a filmmaker. I want to share with you my learnings that I've had over the last years. And yeah, I want to give you some insights of how it is being a corporate filmmaker in the United States. So what is the iPhone able to do? The iPhone 16 Pro can shoot in 4K up to 120 frames per second. And this basically means that it gives you super slow motion, which can be helpful. It also has an action mode included now, which can be helpful if you shoot a lot of sports stuff. For example, if you go skiing or running. And in fact, it stabilizes your footage very well and produces all of this in 2.7K, which is good. It also has a 5x telephoto lens included now, which is great if you want to shoot videos from further away. Even though to mention that the quality of this lens is not so good, but still very decent. It also is able to shoot now in ProRes log, which basically means that it shoots in a very flat picture profile and gives you a lot of flexibility when you color grade your footage. I don't think it's important for us today, but I also want to mention if you shoot videos in ProRes log, the file size is going to be crazy, so keep this in mind. And the last thing I want to mention is the microphone, because I think Apple did an amazing job with this microphone in it. The audio quality is really amazing. Let me know if I forgot any important specs, but I think for now we are set to go. So I like to start talking about the pros and tell you why I think it's a great on-the-go behind-the-scenes camera. So first of all, the iPhone 16 is super quick and reliable. I mean, you have it with you all the time, means it makes it very easy for on-the-go filmmaking. Also, because you're working with the newest iOS, it's very quick. It also has 4 different focal lengths included. A very wide lens, 0.5, which is 13 millimeters. Is a very good lens. The best lens is the 24mm standard lens. It has a 48mm and, as I said before, a 120mm lens. The last one is not so good, but honestly, if you work in medium bright situations, it really does a decent job. It's also not so hard to work with all these clips. So let's say you want to send them to your computer, to your Mac. It's very easy with the software to work with these clips, which I think is very important. Especially if you want to work on a Mac, you can airdrop these files very easily, very quick, which makes all the workflow much better and easier. It also has different modes included, like a time-lapse mode or a cinematic mode. I mean, most of the phones nowadays have these modes included, but I also want to mention that the quality of the footage of these modes is very good and decent. So if you hear all of this, it's very easy to think that the iPhone 16 is probably one of the best cameras out there. But I think there are certain downsides that I want to mention now that are definitely worth to consider before buying this phone. So the biggest downside of this iPhone is 100% the action button. So Apple put an action button on this generation, means it's a little button on the side of the iPhone which allows you to open certain apps quicker and it allows you to change certain settings quicker. For example, you can open the camera app very quickly and you can change the exposure and the f-stop very easily. And I think this is super annoying. Why? Because 95% of the times I'm only using the back cameras. I barely ever use the selfie cameras just because the quality is so much better of the back cameras. And this means whenever I'm filming myself or just take quick videos, it's very easy to change the exposure by accident, to change the f-stop, or also to change the focus point. And it happened to me so many times already and it's super annoying. And when you need a quick release button, you can also do it on the downside of your iPhone. So there is no need for this action button in general. The second thing that's not annoying but not necessary is definitely 4K 120. I mean, it's a nice function, but honestly, I barely ever use it. And if you look at the trends right now on YouTube, on the corporate filmmaking, but also think how you film in daily life, you realize very quickly that nobody's using it so much right now. So I would say if you use it mostly for on-the-go filmmaking in daily life or even for behind-the-scenes content, it's not necessary at all to have 120 frames. And the third point that's definitely worth to consider is 100% the price. Right now you pay around $1,000 for the basic version of the iPhone 16 Pro. And if you consider even having more storage that you could need, it's even more expensive. And of course, now you could say you can connect a small hard drive now to your iPhone to record footage. But honestly, I've never done this. It sounds super annoying. And if you don't record in ProRes log, if you want to record daily life and behind the scenes content, it's super annoying and definitely not necessary. So let's talk about the final question. Would I buy it again and would I recommend it to someone else? And the answer is no. I think when I bought the iPhone 16 Pro, I was super convinced that I would use the 5x telephoto lens a lot. I realized now that I don't use it so much at all. As I said, I think the action button is super annoying and it really drives me crazy. And I also have to say that I think that the battery is not so good as expected, especially compared to my old iPhone 13 Pro. So what I would have done is I would either have waited one more year until the iPhone 17 comes out, or I would have bought the iPhone 15 Pro. So if you're looking for a good behind the scenes cameras for, I don't know, filmmaking, for example, I would recommend maybe a DJI Osmo Pocket 4, which is apparently a very good camera, or maybe another point and shoot camera. That's it from here. I would love to hear your opinion. What are your opinion about the iPhone 16 Pro? Do you have it? Do you use it? In which way do you use it? I would love to hear your feedback on it and to learn something about it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and I see you hopefully in the next one.